Hey, it's Reggie Keating from Newkey Construction. Today we're in Alamo and we're just taking a look at the completion of an interior renovation. We're here with the homeowner Ann. We're going to be chatting about the remodel. So Ann, tell me about this new house you got.
I love it. I love my new house, and thanks to you.
Cheers.
Prost.
Ann, well, tell me, how long have you been thinking about doing this renovation that you did?
I've been thinking about this renovation for about 17 years. Yeah.
And what made you finally decide to do it?
Well, I wasn't quite sure how it was all going to come together, so it took me a while to figure out the design that I wanted and to find the right people.
We interviewed quite a few designers to get here.
We interviewed a ton of designers, and I'm thrilled that I found the right person to do it.
This is the main story of your home, right? The main level where kind of everyone hangs out. What has this been for you emotionally, having like your main entertaining space, your main living space transformed?
It really did transform the way I lived in terms of ease. Like everything in the kitchen is easy to get to. I think that's a real pleasure. Like I love to use my good dishes, but they were up high, shoved in a cupboard. And now they're accessible. That to me is, because I like to be able to use those things. I think they're silly to have them and not use them.
There's quite a few transformations we did, like the fridge. Tell me about this unique pocket you have back here.
Well, the pocket was created with the original kitchen because it was a stove, but it was very unattractive and it took a lot of space out of the kitchen. So by transforming it into the refrigerator, it kind of became a design element.
And you were able to move the stove over there and give yourself like real counter space.
Yes.
On the left and right of the cooktop. What's that been like for you?
Oh, having the real counter space next to the cooktop is amazing. It just makes life easier. I think that's the one thing about the whole kitchen remodel is it's made things easier to handle.
And more open. I remember we had a peninsula right here with a big cabinet overhanging it, dividing this whole room.
Yeah.
Tell me what that transformation's been like after now you're using it.
It's funny that when I began using the kitchen, I kind of was surprised at how new it was to translate the new kitchen, but I love it, so happy with it.
I love this cool detail you did with no visible outlets on the backsplash.
Oh, me too.
Tell me about that.
I love those. They're just the strip lighting with the plugs in there, and it cleans it up. And you have multiple plugs everywhere, which is kind of wonderful.
So you did the under cabinet lights and outlets all built into the same strip.
Yep, all built into the same strip, and it's really pretty at night. If you turn off the overhead lights, but you just put those on and put the lights in the cabinet on, it just, it's a nice look.
Nice ambiance. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have this lighting up the upper half of this. I remember when we first sat down, you handed me a sheet, and it almost looked just like this. Tell me about your experience designing and having this built.
I think that the biggest thing for me was I wasn't sure about the small drawers, but everybody needs a junk drawer. Everybody needs, place for kitchen towels, small things. And so I felt like it was a smart thing to do to incorporate some smaller drawers, and I liked the look of it being two pieces.
And you got a microwave in your island. Tell me how that's been. That's a change.
It is a change, and it honestly at first it was kind of funny because I had to learn not to stand right in front of it because it pops out. Yeah, it's very handy. I'm not very tall, so it's particularly good for me. I can see everything that's right in the microwave. Before it was up above and I really couldn't see until I pulled something out.
And I know you got your spices and teas organized. You got a little insert there right by the cooktop.
I do. I feel very fancy. I love the insert by the cooktop, and it so makes them also visible, you know, and quick to grab.
So it sounds like function was a big part of this for you.
Function for me is huge. I think if you design without function, it's not a good design.
Tell me what your favorite part of this whole kitchen transformation is.
Looks-wise, I think my favorite part, a surprise part of it is the refrigerator. The way that's came together, I think turned out really well. And as far as use, I love the island. It just makes things a pleasure.
Yeah, your island is nestled right in the middle of the sink, cooktop and fridge, and just having a nice place to put things on from any station you're at.
It's huge.
That's pretty functional.
Yeah, it's very functional.
And as you walk in, it's a nice beauty element because you don't notice there's a fridge there.
Yeah.
Until you look around a little bit and say, where's the fridge?
And my neighbors did that. They came in and it's like, oh, where's your refrigerator? It's right there.
That's a good compliment. We hid it in the cabinets.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's not all we touched, right? We kept going through the rooms, and you got a fireplace over here that had some transformation to it. Tell me about your fireplace remodel.
Well, the fireplace always looked off balance to me, and it was kind of one of those things that just nagged at you when you would see the room. So by making the cabinets smaller and drywalling some of the side, you could make it look a little more balanced, and then to have the clean hearth and surround just made it fresh and a little more modern, a little more up to date.
Yeah, you used large format tiles.
I used huge format tiles. They were amazing to see the guys work with them, and they did a beautiful job. The way they seam the seat, it looks great.
Oh, you have a full bathroom down here. Tell us what happened in that bathroom.
Well, I pulled out the tub and put in a shower with a glass surround. It really opened up the space, made it much more inviting. We put wallpaper in and changed out the sink for something a little more modern.
Yeah, that bathroom got a huge transformation.
Totally unintentional. It was just supposed to be the shower.
That's what happens in remodeling.
Yeah, well.
And then I know one of your favorite features of this whole remodel is this transformation of your formal living and dining area. And there's these pillars that were, you know, not your favorite. Tell me about what the pillars were and what we did to them.
Oh, those pillars were ugly. They were thick and heavy. They were cylinders on the top, big square bases, and they really detracted from the whole area. But by narrowing the pillars, making them a little cleaner, squared off, they became more modern, and I think they're beautiful. I'm very happy with them.
And while we were in that room, we transformed your staircase to be more open, right?
We did. The
Tell me what we did.
staircase, we moved the staircase, changed the wall, took it down, and just put in balusters, and it just opened up the space a lot and made it an interesting piece rather than just a plain staircase.
So your project had a lot of detailed carpentry in it. Tell me what it was like working with our carpenters.
Well, I'm kind of in love with your carpenter because he was very patient with me and was really willing to work with doing what I wanted and helping me figure out what I wanted, I think.
And tell me about what it was like working with our project manager.
I was very pleased to work with her. She was precise, she was competent, she followed through with things, and I really enjoyed her as a person.
What is your overall feedback for working with New Key Construction?
I would say working with New Key Construction, I got more than I bargained for in a good way. The people were always pleasant, gracious, and competent. And I don't lie.
Well, Ann, thanks for having us back to do this, chat together. I appreciate your time. And congratulations on your new home. This is just beautiful.
Thank you. I love it.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media for more. And stay tuned for the next one.